Hello! Today I have 13 homebrew magic items for use in your D&D games. They're designed for use at levels 3 through 5, aka the levels that see the most action. Without further ado, let's jump right in. Belt of Utility. This brown leather belt has many loops and pouches for hanging tools and other objects.
My own utility belt!
Charges. The belt is 3 charges and regains all expended charges whenever you finish a long rest. While wearing this belt, you can expend 1 charge to cast a spell from the following list: Detect Magic, Featherfall, Identify. Produce Tool. As an action, you can reach into the belt and magically produce 1 type of artisan's tool of your choice. Once you use this action, you cannot do so again until after a long rest. So we have a utility belt with some utility spells. Javelin of Binding. This dark metal javelin sports a chainmail pattern. The sounds of rattling chains can be heard as it sails through the air. It's a +1 weapon with a thrower mechanic. Binding Chains. When you hit with an attack using this weapon, you can force the target to make a DC 15 strength saving throw. On a failure, the target is restrained for 1 minute as spectral chains wrap around it. The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success, and it's the equivalent of a 3rd level spell. This is a good ranged control option for strength builds. Harmonizing Harmonica. This harmonica is painted with red and white stripes. Its finish never tarnishes. Spell fueled. You can cast the Mirror Image spell without expending a spell slot using this item. You have to finish a long rest or use your own spell slots to cast it again. The more, the merrier. While the duplicates created by Mirror Image are present, you gain a +1 bonus to your Charisma performance checks for each duplicate.
Hello! Oh no, it's a barbershop quartet!
When you cast Mirror Image using this item, your duplicates will pantomime and harmonize with you to aid your performance. If you've ever needed an on-demand barbershop quartet, this is the item for you. Hammer of the Gods. This hammer can take on the appearance of whatever god or being its wielder worships. It is a +1 weapon with a shifting mechanic. Basically, you can change its superficial appearance. It also has the spell-fueled mechanic, but this time with Branding Smite. This hammer can take on the appearance of whatever god you might worship, but I like the idea of a narcissist wielding a hammer that looks exactly like themselves. Call of the Wild. This large conch shell can be played like a horn or similar instrument.
Magic. Conch shell? You mean like this?
When held to one's ear, the distant roar of a mighty beast can be heard. Kinship with beasts. While holding this item, you have advantage on wisdom animal handling checks. This also has the spell field mechanic, this time with a summon beast spell, while also ignoring its weird material component. This magic item is for any nature-focused character, or anyone who hates that material component of summon beast. Next we have the Spell Mauler. Orange veins of light crackle through this dark metal greatsword. Its handle is carved in the tiger-like visage of a Rakshasa. It is a +1 weapon with a distractor mechanic. Once per turn when you damage a target with an attack from this weapon, roll a d10 and add that to the damage. If the target is concentrating on a spell and makes that concentration check, it subtracts whatever you rolled on that d10 from its saving throw. This is your classic anti-mage weapon that is still relevant even if you never end up fighting a spellcaster, because at least you get a damage boost. Butterfly Knuckles. These brass knuckles were crafted in the Feywild.
I hate the bloody Fey realm.
They grant a +1 bonus to your attack and damage rolls of your unarmed strike, and they grant the charm resistance feature. Magical Jaunt. As a bonus action, you can vanish into a cloud of spectral butterflies and teleport up to 30 feet. You get this once per short rest. This is just a weird little item for an eccentric unarmed fighter. Shield of the Loyal Guardian. A heavy steel kite shield emblazoned with the draconic word for
unyielding.
The shield has 3 charges, and whenever you see a creature within 30 feet of you get hit with an attack, you can teleport within 5 feet of that creature using your reaction and expending a charge. You then can either take the hit, reduce the damage, or cause the attack to potentially miss.
Shields up. Shields up.
This is good for your bodyguard type of character that doesn't mind tanking for the group. Grasshopper Bow. This recurve longbow is painted emerald green and resembles the legs of an insect. It's a +1 weapon with the hopper mechanic. Once on each of your turns, you can jump up to 30 feet by spending only 10 feet of movement. Very simple, but an archer character can get very creative with their movement. The Payback Dagger. This cruel blade yearns for vengeance. Its handle is carved from the femur bone of the person who betrayed its crafter.
Betrayal.
It's a +1 weapon with the payback mechanic. If you take damage from a creature within 5 feet of you while holding this weapon, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. If you're under half your hit point maximum when you're hit by the attack, your attack is made with advantage.
Now stand back, I gotta practice my stabbing.
Staff of Halting. The top of this twisted wooden staff is fashioned in the shape of a hand. Every once in a while, the fingers move. Prehensile. While wielding this staff, you can control the wooden hand as if it were your own hand. You can use the hand to interact with objects up to 10 feet away from you. Basically mage hand on a stick. It has the spell field feature, this time with hold person. In other words, talk to the hand.
Oh!
Don't worry about that. Made of wood. It's real sturdy.
Oh boy.
Music Box of Weal Woe.
Once wound up, this tiny music box will play a creepy or elegant tune. Spell fueled with the Bane or Bless spells. And while concentrating on either, you have advantage on charisma intimidation checks. Music boxes are creepy, and this is good for a creepy character. Spectacles of the Bookish. These golden spectacles have a slight hint of magical energy that dances across their lenses. While wearing these glasses, you have advantage on intelligence investigation checks made to search books, scrolls, or other writings for knowledge and research. You also understand any written language that you see. These are good for your investigative or bookworm characters. And that concludes our list. Which item was your favorite? I ran on the conservative side for these items, making sure that none of them were exactly game-breaking. But did I go too far? Would you like to see a list in the future for higher level items? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, we'll catch you on the next one.